Hello and welcome to By the Numbers. I'm FM20 and I hope you're all doing well. This episode I might try and squeeze 2 matches in, just so you can see how things are going. You've already got a hint of how they're going. You can see the last couple of fixtures. So tactics-wise, just as a reminder, we've got the Belfast battering ram on the go. So pressing forward, a false 9 and a target man all up together, with 2 attacking wingers and a defensive midfielder and then 4 at the back. It's not perfect, but it's been interesting. I can't remember when the last match we recorded was. It might have actually been this Cliftonville one where we drew 1-1. It does ring a bell. But basically, this point here, so the Ballon and Millard match is where we started using this Belfast battering ram. So we won 2-0, 3-1, 5-1. We lost, which was a bit of an unlucky kind of game. Lots of long-range shots we didn't deserve to concede. 2-1, drew 1-1 with Cliftonville. They got a late goal, but we were all over them. And we managed to beat Crusaders, which I think is an interesting one, because when we played them last time using our normal diamond, we lost 3-0. This time we beat them 4-1 with Eddie Gregg getting a nice hat-trick. We lost then to Coleraine, and then we beat Bangor in the Cup. We stuck with this, and we had quite a good match against Linfield. So it's 3-2 that we lost, but actually we were every bit their equals throughout most of the match. They edged it in terms of the amount of shots in the end, but it never felt like they were definitely going to win. And they were top of the table at the time. I think they still are. And we just gave them a proper game. It was kind of nice, even though we had a really overly attacking formation, considering they're favourites. It was quite good. And then against Larne as well, we had to change a few bits of our formation here and there. I don't know why I'm saying we played the diamond. We should have played that. I don't think we did play the diamond for this one. There's some kind of error there. But 3-1, we lost. And again, we played quite well. We took the lead. We started off quite brightly. And then we lost 3-1 against Glentoran. Again, that wasn't really reflective of how we played. So it's been interesting. It's not a resounding success by any means for the schedule. But if you look at the kind of 7 games we had before we changed, we had 7 losses in a row, and then we started to pick up some points. And we've had, 6 losses in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. So we started to break the trend a little bit. And if we're looking at the table, we're 10th. Admittedly, goal difference is key at this point. So we're joint really with Portadown with 19 points, but we're pulling away from Ballon and Millard in that automatic relegation, which is key. And although Cliftonville are so far in advance of us, it's kind of laughable. All we now need to do is try and get some daylight between us and Portadown, and it'll have been a successful season. And then we can try and work with this tactic. Interestingly, Eddie Gregg, our striker, is the top goal scorer in a league with 19 league goals so far, and I've had to rest him. He's getting pretty jaded, so he's missed maybe 2-3 games out of that last kind of few we've seen. Just resting him, getting him going, getting rested so we can get him going for other matches and sort of rotating him a bit. So the fact we've got such a high goal scorer, but we are down here in 10th, kind of shows you, team's weak. There's defensive issues. He's carrying the team in terms of goals scored, because if you look down, in terms of goals scored, Cockcroft's got 5. I don't know why it's been arranged this way. So Cockcroft's got 5, Eddie Gregg's got 21. That's it. So the next highest goal scorer than Gregg is Cockcroft with 5. And because of this, one of the things I looked at was Bonis. So again, Bonis is one of the ones we've been looking at a lot. 6'2". He's been playing that target man role for us, but he's only scored 2 goals this season out of 19. He only got 4 out of 19 previous season. And we've been looking at his XG, and although it was better than some of the other players we've got, I think it's now time to say, well, actually, we need to give someone else a chance to kind of improve the overall XG that we can bring in. and just to avoid this kind of being overly sentimental and favouring some players over others. So we've been trying to do that. So I've been giving McLaughlin more opportunities. Conor McAree has been getting more opportunities. Conor McGrath has also been getting involved. Reese Hunt had a few opportunities, but I don't think that's going to last. So we're trying to move away from Bonis and maybe get some other goal scorers up there. But obviously all the other strikers have got no more than 1 or 2 goals. 3 actually if you count McLaughlin. They're not prolific and we don't have the money to bring anyone else in. What we have done is we have put some bids in for some loan players. So we are trying to get in both from Larne, because Larne have got far too many good players. I want to get Matt McGee in. He looks like he'd be good. And potentially Alan O'Connor, who looks like he's not quite as good, he's 6'4", he might be quite good in that target man role. Because I just think they look a lot better than Conor McGrath, Conor McAree, Reese Hunter, Lee Bonis. Carl Gorman's been given a few games, they're better than him as well. So we're looking to improve up front using this tactic, and I have tried this tactic out with my Tahiti side as well. And it's been interesting. It works quite well. I've not had massive success in terms of using it with Tahiti, but it's a viable tactic. I don't think I'm losing anything defensively that I had before. I don't think it's making me worse in that sense. Possession is changing, but it's also changing the amount of opportunities and central opportunities we're getting, which is the key thing. So let's play this match. We're playing Ballon and Millard, and it should be an interesting one. I think, because they're bottom of the table, so we should be trying to win and pick up some valuable points here. Just need to rearrange some of this, I think. Let's get McLaughlin on for McCreary. So we've got Greg Cockcroft and McLaughlin, Devlin McCallion, Wright because Byrne is injured, and then Edgar because Williamson is injured, McGovern because McVeigh is having a rest. He's really good, but he's getting tired. Strain and Gary Gregg, and then Ronnie McDonald in net. And hopefully this will do the job. We'll have to bring Wright off, I think, at some point, get Downey on to cover that defensive midfield position, but hopefully we're going to get some points here. The problem is it's quite an attacking formation, and if they punish us, we're being punished by a team we really don't want to give any sort of momentum to. We have beaten them before with this tactic. It's when we made the change before. We are playing away though this time. Back to McDonald. I'm hopeful though. I'm always hopeful, I guess, with tactical changes. But it still keeps the kind of long ball, violent ethos that we need in the side. It does not improve our defence in any way, which is weird because it's one of the things I pointed out as being an issue. But we don't have the means to improve our defence, so the next best thing is to improve our offence. Get it out. So a bit of the early momentums with Mallard. It would be good if we could put a nail in their coffin. It wouldn't be the final nail in the coffin, but if we could get it in. Come on, clear it. Oh, I knew the moment there was going to be a rebound that was going in. Especially seeing us talking about putting nails in coffins. We're trying to put one in ours. Ronnie McDonald doesn't seem to be a great keeper. He really does not. Should really check his XG against, but... Right, let's see what we can get from the free kick. McCallion in. Greg gets foot the post. Oh, he was offside from the run. Past couple of games that Greg's played, he could have had a lot more goals. He's hit the post a lot. Been getting in good positions. He's a good player. McGovern. In it goes. I think McGovern meant to do that. That was meant to be him heading into the area for someone else, but we'll take it. Long throw in. Leaps like salmon. Keeper could not keep that out. That was probably poor keeping, actually. So there's a bit of fluff floating around. Okay, back on level pegging, so it's not a disaster yet. We're not producing much of those chances, but I think we're going to start wearing them down. I think we're going to get into this. Shout. Demand more. Demand more. Get it off them. I think I can't remember if I put Bonis on the bench or not. So Bonis could come on. We could give him some, action from the subs bench to test him out. Blocked. Oh, I was really worried. The rebound's not good. We've not got good reflexes, and speed and balance or agility in the keeper. So he's not great at those rebounds. Ed goes long into the air. Cockcroft. On it goes. McCallion is offside. Just got to time those runs. Yeah, well offside. A couple of players offside, to be honest, at that stage. That's not works. There, let's make the strikers happy and give them a bit more time together to work as a unit. Jordan Black's got the star against his name because I was desperate to sign him at the start of the season, but it didn't work out. Could not afford him. Can't stop him. O'Neill's been quite good. Like a draw would be fine, and then it keeps the gap between us and them. I'm getting a bit worried about these yellows now. I think someone's going to get sent off. Another rebound. Really unfortunate, that one. Get it off him. Let's go and attack. All that. Hopeful there by O'Neill, I think. Right. Downey needs to come on for right. Who should we bring on? Should we bring on Bonis? McLaughlin's done close to nothing, so let's bring on Bonis. McCurry and McGrath tied because they play in the youth team as well, so I've taken McGrath off the youth team so I can... Oh, Jordan Black, that's why I wanted him. It's good in the air. So this is obviously the worst result we could have. We'll close the gap to 2 and it puts them back into kind of contention for safety. Show some passion. Fire them up. There we go. McGovern cocked it up. O'Neill is wasteful. Fortunately for us, he's quite wasteful. Right, anything else we can do here? Connor for Cockcroft, I guess. So I think we've got gone Greg. So I think we've got goal in us. So hopeful to start this match. So very hopeful. Back in it goes. Penalty. So not only are we going to lose, but we're going to be crushed by them. This is going to be horrific for morale. Especially because I'm going to shout at them afterwards. Even I knew where the keeper was going there. Telegraphed that one quite nicely. Yeah, they do look like they're going to break their terrible run. The best we could hope for is for Portadown not to have got any points. At least then we're all in trouble together for this one. Nope, no joy there. Right, it's all over, and yeah, see what happened. Such idiots. Making it so much harder than it need be. Portadown lost 3-0 as well, so goal difference wise, it keeps us just above them still. But it now throws the cat amongst the pigeons in that momentum's gone back to Ballon and Millard. Portadown have a game in hand as well, so we could drop into that. Schedule wise, we'll probably come back this episode and play against Glenavon. The next one I come back for is probably going to be Portadown, so we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we're back for our next match against Glenavon. They're better than us, like most teams currently are, so they're all the way up in 5th with 41 points. We're obviously still on 19 after the last match. The transfers for these players been accepted by Larn, but they've not accepted yet, so we've still not got them in the team. Had to make a few changes, so McQuitty and Coulter come in the centre of defence because McVeigh's still away, Strain is tired, and McGovern suspended for picking up enough yellow cards. Edgar's still at left back because Williamson's not quite fully fit. McCallion and McLaughlin are now on the wings because McLaughlin's sitting for Devlin, who was far from fit. To be honest, McCallion might need a break, so let's bring on Heron. And then we've got Greg, Cockcroft and McGrath up front. A bit of a change. Let's give this a go. Not our strongest team, but our strongest team also isn't that strong. So it's I don't think we've lost too much by having that happen. Anything we can get from this would be good. I'm getting the news item that says, the Belfast boss is unwilling to experiment. We've been playing this formation for a while. I think they may have forgotten we've been playing the 4-4-2 diamond for much, much longer than we have been playing this. So we were due a change in that. In the long run, 10 or so games we started to play with it this season isn't, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a big deal. It's not like we were getting results, we did this, now we're not not willing to change. It's like we were getting results, we changed, getting slightly better results. But, we're not 1 in 5. We're not under any pressure job-wise, but reasonable effort. Not quite there from Glenavon. Give another go. Oh, the rebound. Why would you tip it all the way back across your goal like that? Surely at that stage it's easier to just tip it out. Look. I mean, it's poor that our defenders don't get there before anyone else, but what a great start. Racking up the yellows as well. You anxious and frustrated players. How's everyone else doing? Yeah. I'm calm. Right, clears it, but it's not that far. Coulter, he's got yellow, picks that one up. McGrath balls up the ball. Now he's got options. Go on, Heron. Manages to get through. The greatest ball in, we get another chance. Heron in. Uninterested. Nervous, furious, frustrated. Perfect. I don't know if you can hear all of that outside, but some twat's revving his engine. Okay. McQuitty. Oh, he took the deflection. Did Coulter get that from McQuitty? I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as somebody scored it. Where it goes? Yeah. Coulter was kind of sliding on the floor. I don't know what he was sliding for. I don't think that was in any way intended. There was just jumble of bodies on the ground. Right, so we're back at level pegging. A point is good. This match here is tricky, so Portadown and Ballon Millard playing each other. I don't know what's the best result in the long run, really. Ballon and Millard losing means we can increase that gap and avoid the automatic relegation, but Portadown winning means they extend the gap over us, and we get forced into that relegation playoff spot. I need to really replace my mouse. Double clicking on stuff it shouldn't be. Right. Greg picks it up. I think I'm going to bring him off, actually. Coulter goes long. Doesn't quite make it. Now they're on the attack. Come on, stop him. Somebody. There we go. Tim shot. Let's bring on Gavin Little. Or Greg. Whip the corner in. Get it out. Honestly, what's the point in McDonald? Absolutely no point in him. He should have stopped that. Just flapped at it. There was someone stood right in front of him, but he still flapped at it. McDonald's last game for a while. Little. Come on. Have a bit of fight in us. That's a bit of fight. That counts. Oh, they're moving around better than us. They're generally playing better than us. They are playing like a team that is many, many points ahead of us. That's accurate at the very least. What can we do? Who can we bring on to try and change this round? I'm not seeing Cockcroft really do anything. Let's bring Gorman on. And then looking at the back, McQuitty, Wright, Heron, they're all potential ones to take off. Oh, McLaughlin. Let's bring Devlin on for McLaughlin. What have I done? There we go. Is this mouse? Christ, I'm absolute. Sorry. There we go. I just think I can't use a mouse. It doesn't matter what pressure I'm using, wherever I'm using it, just stops for a second or two. Over it goes. It's going to be dicey with this many yellow cards. Someone's probably going to get sent off, but... Heron pushing forwards. And back it goes. To Devlin. Into the middle of McGrath. Another attempt. A reasonable move. Not the most threatening, but reasonable. Oh, Bradley. That's the kind of shot that normally goes in against us. I imagine if he was on target, it would have done. I do kind of feel a little unfortunate that both goals, arguably, could have been dealt with better by the keeper. Little out. Gorman. Greg. Oh, he didn't have the... There we go. What a move. Yes. That's what happens with the three of them. So Gorman's starting to move off nice and early with it from his false nine, even though that's not really the false nine position. But because he's there, it meant we still had two strikers up front, and then that interplay between Greg and McGrath worked quite well. I thought they'd messed it up, but actually, not bad. Courage. Almost blocks. Come on, let's get rid of this. Edgar out. Gorman picks it up. Counter-attacks on, maybe? He's running into a bit of a blind alley there. Wright gets it out to Heron, who is injured. Cannot get past him. There is a throw-in, at least. Fired him up a little bit motivated. Come on. Heron goes very long. Wasn't actually that far off getting to Greg. So McDonald making a meal of that. Yeah, take your time. Long. I'll just nick it off him again. Whenever it goes in, I'm so worried. Defend this corner, get it out. McDonald does just enough to tip it over. Doesn't always do that, does he? Cold Slittle goes long. They're getting it to the right kind of areas, but not delivering it quite right. But I will take 2-all if it finishes like this. 15 seconds to survive, sorry. Surprised myself with that. Come on. Blow the whistle, ref. You've got a point. Managed to steal something from this. There we go. 2-all against Glenavon. It's actually a really good result. And in the broader context, what's going on here? 2-all draw between Portadown and Ballinamallard, which means we're still joint with 20 points. Let's get the morale up. So there we are. Goal difference is still better, but Portadown still have a game in hand, so could easily end up back down in 11th as well. It's getting tight. It really is. It's only 2 points still between us and Ballinamallard. But it's interesting. So we've got Ballinamallard in the cup, which I won't show. I might go for the Portadown match, and then it'll probably be nothing until we get into the split and we get to the last few kind of games of the season. But thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying seeing the Belfast battering ram in action, even if currently it's not knocking down many doors, but it's got potential to. And I'll see you for another episode. Thanks very much.